I'm going to talk about this Skip Bayless thing real quick. I don't like him. I think he is the biggest scumbag on television, maybe ever. And he did something last night with a young man dying on the football field. Young man makes a tackle, gets up, passes out. Terrifying. We've seen stuff like this similar happen before, but we've never seen somebody not wake up or not be able to give the thumbs up. And that's usually the indicator, okay, we can continue the game. This young man did not wake up. They had to administer CPR several times, or maybe continuously, until he was off the field. I've never seen anything like that. I'm sure there's stuff similar that have happened like that, but never on a stage like this, which was Monday Night Football, in front of the world, and with someone so young. He just didn't get up. He didn't wake up. So when you have to administer CPR repeatedly, that means that you are dying. And this is what makes a situation combustible. There are comedians who use dark humor. That's what they do. That's not what Skip Bayless does. Skip Bayless trash talks professional athletes for a living. So when you take it to that next step and now all of a sudden you want to be a dark humor comedian for likes, for views, for attention, and you're making it about you. So I'm going to go through each tweet real quick. I'm not going to be long. First tweet, no problem. Hey, this is not good. Clearly there's more here than what we're seeing, because normally we would have gotten back to the game by now. I'm praying for his family, praying for him. Beautiful. Done. That should have been it. But because Skip Bayless is Skip Bayless, he decides that he wants to get more attention. Next tweet, he goes, again, normally we're able to continue by now. This must be much worse. And I'm paraphrasing. This must be much worse. This is different because of how the players are reacting. And now he's essentially saying, hey, this is scary. This is not what we're normally used to during a game. Because again, to my point earlier, typically we would get a thumbs up from the player, or if they have a brutal leg injury or arm injury or even neck, they're usually still conscious. They're usually able to give the crowd, hey, it's okay, I'm good, play ball, essentially is what they do. Now we're going to go to the tweet that was not misunderstood, but the tweet that caused him problems and got over 120 million views. And I'm sure he was at home. I almost said something sexual. I'm sure he was at home thoroughly enjoying the attention that he was getting, because he doesn't care if it's positive or negative. That's not what he does. But this third tweet is where he says, again, paraphrasing, there's no doubt that the league is going to postpone this game. And this is where he turns into the total douchebag that he's always been. But how? This game is huge. A game of this magnitude. How are they going to postpone it? So this is him talking about the importance of football. The season. The game. You've now set this guy, this dying guy to the side. That's what you've done. You set a dying young 20-something-year-old man to the side to talk about the game again. You were done when you said you pray for his family. You should have stopped. You couldn't. That's not in you. Humanity is not in you. You're not a comedian. Comedians, I would expect this from, and that's just what they do. You comment on sports. When somebody is dying on the field, stop. It's not about you. It's about the man dying on the field. Again, he's still getting CPR while you're tweeting. If he's getting taken to the hospital, he's still in critical condition. I believe as of right now, this morning, it is 9:30 in the morning. The next day, he's still in critical condition. Why are you talking about the importance of the game? So what he does is double talk. This is how people can say what they really want, but then say, oh, no, wait a minute. It's kind of like when somebody says, with all due respect, you're an idiot. With all due respect, just because you preface it and say, yeah, but earlier I said I'm praying for him, doesn't mean you then go start talking about the game while he's dying. It's not fake outrage. It's people seeing through him. And I just saw Kwame Brown talking about it. And in the comments, well, that's not what he said. He said he was praying for him. Yes, it's double talk. It's what he does to stay out of trouble. That kid was dying on the field. So he didn't stop after tweet number 2. He started talking about the magnitude of the game, how crucial it is to the season. And even asked, how can they postpone it? How can they do this? And then he throws in the line about how the game is so irrelevant. It's too late. You're talking about the game while this kid's dying. You don't then jump in and say, yeah, I can't believe they're going to stop this game. I don't know how they can stop this game. It's so important. I can tell you how they're stopping the game. A man is dying on the field. That same man is dying on his way to the hospital. That same man is still in critical condition. And you're talking about how important the game is. You set that man's life to the side to discuss the cruciality, is that a word, of a game. That's why you got drugged last night. That's why you should be fired from your job. Because you don't know when to shut up. And you don't know when to stop. And I know for a fact, if that were Tom Brady getting nonstop CPR on the field, you would not have been talking about the game. You know how I know? Because you damn near cried when Shannon Sharpe said he was having a bad season.
You're willing to take a personal shot at me to say this man is better than me because I say he's playing bad this year?
Well, because you disrespect him. It's just so. You know what? It's beneath your dignity.
You disrespect me to support him.
No, well, I'll support him over anybody because he's the greatest player who ever played your game, and it's by far.
Have at it.
Okay?
Take off, bro.
I'm going to have at it.
That's how I know. I'm not going to make this a racial thing, even though I still think it is. But this is what you do. You are a scumbag. So now let's talk about the final tweet. So now he says, nothing is more important than the health of that young man. And that was the point of my tweet. No. Because you brought up the game. You didn't just say nothing is more important than this young man. Let's keep praying for him. You didn't say that. That's what you said when you clarified. But even then, you said that the tweet was misunderstood. So this isn't even an apology. This is you saying, hey, you guys are wrong. This is what I meant. This is what I was saying, and this is what I will continue to say. As always, the double down. That's what you do. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what he does. Nothing is more important than this young man. That's what my tweet was saying. It was misunderstood. Or you could have said, hey, I came across as insensitive. I should not even be talking about the game at this time. And I'm going to continue to pray for this young man because nothing is more important than the health of this young man. You didn't even bother to delete the tweet after that. That's what makes it even worse, because at least you could say that's an acknowledgement that it's wrong. Can't do it. He's not capable of it. The I'm sorry you guys misunderstood it is that is, I'm sorry you took it that way. And as there's no apology there. That is, hey, you guys read it wrong. It is what it is. Move on. You know what his tweet was after that? Join me this morning on Undisputed. Of course. That was the point of the tweets. Ratings. It's what he does. It's what he should not be allowed to do anymore.